Hello, my little Bumbabees, and welcome back to the Bumba.cast. That's right, it's me, your girl, Theresa Bumbaco, here on today's 37th episode of the Pop Cultured News. We've got quite a few things to talk about today, as always. We were only going to have 7 topics, and then something really crazy came across my TikTok feed last night, so we're going to throw that in there. I hope everybody's having, as good of a time as they can be having at this current political climate and current time in life where, we could just be entering the next world war at any given moment or, nuclear warfare. Is there even a difference? I don't know. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? If we don't laugh, we'll cry. So I'm going to do my best to try to make you guys laugh as much as physically possible today because we might not be here at the end of the day. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is so fucked up. I just got into the swing of things. I just got my freaking iMac and like my whole setup and everything. Like this year, like why is this happening? But anyway, not much else going on with me other than I'm going after Amazon because I was doing like flex delivery orders for them for a little while and it was like good money for a week there, and then I started noticing that they were just kind of sending me on these routes that like did not make any financial sense for me to be doing them, let alone doing them over like shopping orders that are closer to my house, like because it was so far away. But anyway, so they took me on a crazy route that had me going through the literal woods to get to someone's house because they're going to send us little people with our 2014 Honda Accords, okay, driving through the middle of fucking nowhere instead of sending their people on the route because they don't want to damage their vehicle. So they'll send me on the route. They'll send me on the route. Okay. So I had a feeling something fucked up was going on. I was driving through the woods into the like toward the house, and like there was no road. Like it was just like one of those situations where you're driving into the woods and there's like 2 tire track lanes that you have to follow, and you have to follow them exactly because if you go off of it, you're gonna fucking go off-roading and all this shit. Well, the middle part that was in between those 2 tire track lanes, okay, was scraping underneath my car. The whole time I was going, I was like, this is fucked up. I was only going like maybe 10 or 15 miles an hour, like when I first got onto the area to enter to go toward the house. And then I was going like 5 miles an hour at some point. And it did nothing. It helped none at all. And then I got there and there was like these 2 pit bulls at the house that I didn't even know were there because it was dark. I did like a late night order. It was like the night before I went to Brand New. And it was the night before I went to Brand New, and I was trying to get like a quick like $100 or whatever just before I went, just so just in case anything happened or whatever. And I opened my door and hit one of the dogs, like, because they're like right there. They must have been like, I was like, what the fuck was that? I like opened the door. I was like, who the hell? It was like these 2 big pit bulls. Thankfully they were like friendly enough. I was like, what the fuck? Where did they come from? So quick, close the door so they didn't see Snoop and think he was like, a rat they needed to kill. And, they were wagging, they were fine. I didn't like bend down to like reach for them or like pet them or anything like that. Cause I do get nervous around like bigger dogs that like, I don't know what they're going to do. And, their owners aren't around. I don't know what they're trained to do when like people they don't know come on the property. Like, I don't know, especially when there's no road leading me to their house. When there's no road. Who knows what kind of fucking people they are and what they do to their dogs and what kind of dogs they are, okay? But, thankfully enough, they were all right. So I get the package to the front, porch or whatever. I like walk the dogs. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm like walking with them, trying not to step on them. They're like underneath my feet. They're wagging. And then one of them grabs this like, looks like an Easter bucket, you take your Easter eggs around in and collect them at the Easter egg hunt. Have like an Easter themed like plastic bucket that they grab in their mouth, and they're like carrying it around and following me back to my car with this Easter bucket. And they put it on the ground at some point, and I could see that there's like remnants of water in there. And I'm like, is this supposed to be their water bucket out here? Like, what the fuck? So now I'm like concerned because the dog's following me back to my car with what I think is the water bucket for them outside. So I'm like, they need water. So thankfully, I had a couple of bottles of water in my car because, like, I just carry a couple extra on me for like me or Snoop if, like, whatever, something happens. So I had a couple extra bottles of water in the car, and I didn't want to like reach down and grab the bucket from the dog because, like, I don't know the dog, like that could be a trigger for them, like trying to take something from their mouth. So I figured out the dog was not going to just like put the bucket down right there. So I was like, all right, well, let's go. So I walked the dogs back around to the front of the house and got back to the front of the house. The dog like must have realized that, put the bucket down. So he put the bucket down. It was two male dogs, by the way. It wasn't even a female and a male, but it was two male pit bulls. And the one put the bucket down, and then I started filling up the water bucket with the 2 bottles of water that I had, and they started drinking from it immediately. Like one, but like it's like not even made for dogs to drink out of. So like one has to put their head like down in it and start drinking, and then the other one, and then he takes his head out, and then the other one does it. I was just like, this is a situation. So anyway, after I had to just take care of these fucking dogs, okay, and then I'm hearing things driving to the house and then driving back out of the woods away from the house, like cracking in my car, like on the outside. I'm like, what is going on? It sounded like the fucking Titan submersible cracking. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, I thought I was going to crash. I thought like my car was going to crash out, like something was going to happen, like something was going to get fucked up. I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. So then obviously the next day I went to Brand New. I was like 30 minutes away from home coming back from Brand New, and my tire pressure light came on. And as soon as my tire pressure light came on, I was like, oh, I got a nail or something. Hopefully it's just a nail, whatever. It's probably from that fucking route, but who knows? I could have just gotten it, in Charlotte, but I knew it was from that route because like I didn't go anywhere in Charlotte like on the roads that were like crazy, or like to and from Charlotte that were crazy. Like I didn't feel, like something was going to happen. Anyway. So it wasn't the next day, but it was the day after that, like or no, it was the next day. I noticed obviously it was the front right tire. Like that was the tire that was leaking air. So I was like, all right, I'm going to have to put air in this tire. But then I found out that because I got my all-weather tires from Sam's Club, if something happens to that tire, like you get a nail or something needs to be repaired with the tire, for the first 4 years that you have those tires, you can go to Sam's and they'll repair the tire or replace it if they can't repair it. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to Sam's. Then I'll just let them fucking do everything. So I go to Sam's. I get there. They're like, fuddling around for like 40 minutes or whatever. And then they finally call me on the phone. They're like, yeah, so we're sorry, but we can't do anything for you because there's not a nail or anything that needs to be repaired with your tire. Your rim is cracked and needs to be repaired or replaced. But we don't know because we don't do that. We only repair tires or give you new tires, rotate them, and do shit with batteries. So that's where I'm at right now with Amazon. I'm trying to go after them because they definitely cracked my fucking tire rim and I'm pissed. So, yeah, I had to file an incident report and all this shit, but I haven't heard anything from them since like a few days ago. So I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, I have been experiencing like some back pain because like I was like bouncing around and shit like that, like in the car, and like I don't know. I'm just like really irritated about it. So we'll see what happens. So Now that I've spent the first 10 minutes just talking about absolutely fucking nothing, let's get right into the fact of the matter here. We're gonna get right into the business. Okay, guys, let's get into the business. So first up on the docket is Cobra Kai star Martin Cove. I don't know. It's probably just fucking Cove or something like that. There's no accent or anything like that. It's just with a K. Whatever. Um, he was at some kind of convention, I guess. Like he used to be. I guess he was like an antagonist in like the original Karate Kid, and they brought him back for this show or whatever on Netflix, and like the show just wrapped up or whatever, and there was some kind of state summer con in Washington that he went to with the cast. Well, I guess when he was there, he bit his coworker. What the Halle Berry? Co-star. Coworker? Co-star. I guess you could say both, but technically in the field, co-star. Yeah, so I guess he bit his co-star, Alicia Hannikin. What the hell? What the hell? This is where we're at. We're biting people. I don't know what the fuck, dude. Like, it's so strange. Like, I guess, so I took this article from the Hollywood Reporter, article by Kevin Dolick, and he writes about it that I guess he was escorted out of the convention in Washington State after he did admit to biting his former co-star's hand, and then he exploded at her after she and her husband confronted him about it. Like, I don't understand. So I guess she must have gone up behind him and was trying to get his attention for something, and then he like grabbed her shoulder and then grabbed her arm or something and then bit her arm or bit her hand or whatever, and then she like shrieked, jumped back, grabbed her arm back, did something to signal what the fuck, and then he took her hand back and started kissing the area that he bit. Psycho killer. So I don't know what the fuck, but there's a video that was leaked of her yelling at him, going off like, I don't know what's going on in your 80-year-old mind. I'm like, I'm the realist. I know. But yeah, so she definitely went off on him, but like I said, police were called. He was escorted out, but she said she doesn't want to press charges. She just wants it on file in case anything else happens, I guess. But like, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's 80 years old. You don't want to press charges. But I mean, if an 80-year-old man is still strong enough to grab you and bite you and like, from what it says here in this article, leave a noticeable mark that was already turning blue and bruising after you did it, I don't know. Maybe you probably should do something. I mean, I don't know, but I guess a report's the only thing she's gonna do about it. So that's all there is to it. I just think that's fucking crazy. Like, who's biting people? Who's biting people? Other than like fucking Mike Tyson when he's all coked up in the fucking 80s. Who's biting people? Jesse! Weird. So, that's that on that. That's that on that. Okay. Have you guys heard about this one though? Apparently there's 145 people that attended a French music festival that are saying that they were stabbed with syringes in the crowd. So if you ever wanted any more reason to never leave your house again, here you go. Apparently they took place, I'm going to fucking butcher this name. Apparently the alleged stabbings occurred during France's, and I took French like 2 or 3 years, but like it was like middle school. Like that doesn't count. They weren't really like doing anything to help us learn, you know? So I don't know, but it's France's fête de la musique. Fête de la musique. Fête de maman. I don't know. Fête de la musique. Okay. Musique. Music. Whatever, man. Okay, so it's an annual festival that takes place across the country every June 21st. So I don't know if that means there are multiple festivals that take place across France or if this is just like one. I don't know what the fuck that means. So whatever. But anyway. Oh, I guess it does mean that. Yeah, because look, it says here 13 of the reported cases. So 145 total people were stabbed at this festival that I guess occurs in multiple cities throughout France. So it doesn't just occur in like Paris or whatever. It's like over there, over there. I don't know any other cities in France. There's Nice. Is that even a city? Is that an island though?
No.
Hello? Are you fucking stupid?
I don't know geography. I can't find my way out of a brown paper bag. Don't fucking look at me. So, they're saying that 12 suspects have been arrested in France following the 145 people that claim that they'd been pricked with syringes during this music festival over the weekend. And according to several reports on Monday, the toxicology tests are being done to see if any of the victims had been injected with drugs or any other substances. So people know that they were pricked. They don't know what they were pricked with. I think that's really fucking scary, honestly. Because if you know you were pricked and you were coherent enough to like go get it checked out, that's scary. What was in that? It might not have been like something, it might not have even been something that would like drug you into like unconsciousness. Like what was in that? That's fucking scary. But apparently this happens all the time. Like this isn't just at this music festival in France. Like this happens quite often. There were rumors going around when Live Nation and Ticketmaster were low-key trying to save their asses about Astroworld. And they said that there was some kind of like, needle stabbing shit, drugging going on in the crowd at Astroworld. But no, like what happened at Astroworld, like I saw the documentary. Like it was poor planning. Whoever like set it up was like set it up to a way because they had Travis at his own stage. Like he didn't share the stage with anyone like throughout the entire day, like which is unheard of for a festival. Like there's always people coming in and out of main stage or whatever, but nobody shared that stage with Travis. So that stage was like blocked off whatever all day, or it was over there and nobody performed at it other than Travis until later on in the night or whatever. So everybody was at different areas of the festival, and at a certain point when those shows started ending, like SZA and everything, her set started wrapping up, those people started heading over and they all started dogpiling into the left side of the T frame for Travis's stage. So when they all started dogpiling in onto the left side, it drew the bulk of the crowd into that area because like it's a psychology thing. Like people like they see a line and they just automatically get in the line. They don't know why they're in the line. They don't know what the line's for. They just get in the line. They're like, oh, I'm at this store. There's people in this line. This must be the line I'm looking for to check out, or this must be the line. And they'll stand in a fucking line for 30 minutes, not even know what it is, and it's the wrong fucking line. I don't do that shit. Like, I'm not that person. I'm looking for, like, the easy route out. I'm looking for the shortest line, the shortest way in. Even when I've gone to, like, even Coachella, when I'm at Sahara, I always go to the far right of Sahara. Now they have, like, the hill over there, so it's a little different. But I would always go over to the far right of Sahara, and like there was never anyone over there because everyone dog piles into like right in front of the stage of Sahara, and there's like this whole wide open area, and then like other people come in on the left and they don't want to go all the way around to the right side of Sahara, so I would go around to the right side. I was like front row, like right up against the fucking barricade for Kid Cudi on the right, making eye contact, singing fucking Pursuit of Happiness back and forth to him, okay? So always look for a better opportunity. Don't go where the fucking herd is going, is my point here. So that's what happened there at Astro World. That was just like poor planning and a bunch of people that were just like honestly average brains, and just like, oh, everyone's going here, this is where I'm supposed to go, instead of like thinking logically like, oh, maybe I should go around there, there's a lot of people over here. And I'm sad to say it, but that's the truth. Yeah, I think this is crazy. The stabbings. I mean, we'll see, I guess, what happens. If anything more comes of this, or what is that? Or if anything more comes of this, I'll let you know. I'm not exactly sure what will come of it, if anything. So, I mean, toxicology reports for that many people in the area, the country, could take a while. So I don't know when we'll get them back, if ever. I mean, if toxicology reports have the same, time period as like DNA testing for like fucking rape kits, I mean, we'll be here until fucking, 2055. Okay, so next up on the docket, we're talking about R. Kelly. Yeah, I know. Okay. Bear with me here, okay? Apparently, he's trying to get his convictions overturned amid an ongoing investigation that they're apparently filing claims about regarding a murder for hire plot that R. Kelly is saying he's going through. He says that people are trying to kill him in there. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe he's heard about Joe Exotic trying to get out, and he's like, oh, murder for hire.
Guess what, motherfucker?
I don't know. It's not the same thing, R. Kelly, okay? It's not the same thing. Okay? People kind of want you dead. So, apparently R. Kelly is saying that the board of prison officials are the ones trying to kill his ass. Hello? So, he's requesting a new trial. Prosecution is being cited as corrupt in his claims. An attorney for R. Kelly filed an explosive motion in Illinois per this Hollywood Reporter article by Kevin Dolick. Again, I guess he's like the top fucking journalist over there. They need to hire more people. Why do you have one person writing every fucking top story? I see. No news. Anyway, so R. Kelly filed an explosive motion in Illinois asking federal conviction on racketeering, sexual misconduct, and other charges to be vacated, alleging massive prosecutorial corruption and manipulation of the 2021 trial's key witness as he attempts to get his client placed in home detention and amid ongoing claims of a murder for hire plot involving North Carolina prison officials. I can't fucking read today. I'm sorry. I don't know what is happening. Here we go. I said last Friday, attorney Bo Brindley filed a motion for new trial and emergency motion for bond on behalf of R. Kelly, who is serving a 31-year combined sentence at FCI Butner Medium 1 in North Carolina after a 2021 conviction for violations of the Mann Act and Racketeer Influenced and Corruption or Corrupt Organizations Act. So they basically went after him for the same shit as Diddy, but I think that's all tied in. Like, to be honest, I think it's like all connected. Like, if we really get down to brass tacks, I think it's all connected. Like, R. Kelly was just like a falling domino. Like, it was like R. Kelly,
Receipts, proof,
now Diddy,
timeline, screenshots.
We know who needs to be next. But yeah, so R. Kelly is trying to get out of there because they're saying that he's trying to get murked, and they're trying to murk him in there. They're saying that he was overdosed on medication when he was in the infirmary unit not too long ago. Apparently, he had been hospitalized. So R. Kelly and his team are saying that he was hospitalized this week for an apparent drug overdose after, according to his attorney, he was given a lethal dose of his medication while being held in solitary confinement. Doesn't sound too good. I mean, if there's like legitimate cause, that's pretty crazy if there's like documentation for that. But yeah, he was in the hospital for 2 weeks, it says. It goes on to say here that he was given a lethal dose of his medication while being held in solitary confinement. Once a 2-week hospital stay was requested of prison officials so R. Kelly could have a medical procedure performed. He was allegedly forcibly removed by BOP officials and taken back to solitary confinement. Brindley says he was also converted because R. Kelly has blood clots in his lungs. I don't know what the fuck that has anything to do with it, but R. Kelly's attorney is also saying that he was unable to get a legal phone call with him until the 13th of this month, and that R. Kelly had not eaten anything between June 10th and June 12th. He then filed the emergency motion for home detention this week, but on Thursday, the judge ruled that he had brought this recent request to the wrong court and explained that she did not have the jurisdiction to make a decision over such claims. On Friday, Brindley filed his latest explosive motions that claim Kelly was a victim of corrupt prosecutors and then a murderous board of prisons. On Friday, Brindley's office provided The Hollywood Reporter with a flurry of legal documents, including a signed declaration purportedly from Michael Glenn Stein, a kingpin in the Aryan Brother prison gang. Didn't expect it to say that, so I said Aryan. A kingpin in the Aryan Brotherhood prison gang. In the declaration, the inmate explains how he did the bidding of the Bureau of Prisons in exchange for better treatment and privileges while in prison, working directly for a BOP official he names as Childress.
Shit twice and die.
At the direction of Childress, I have ordered multiple assaults and murders at various institutions, which have been carried out by AB, Aryan Brotherhood members, pursuant to my directions. He wrote, I have personally participated in some of these acts of violence. In exchange for ordering and or participating in these acts of violence, I and other members of the AB have received special privileges within the prisons in which we are housed. These privileges include no shakedowns, no cell searches, and the ability to freely traffic drugs within the institution.
Waking up in the morning, thinking about so many things.
Stein, who apparently has terminal cancer, according to the motion for the new trial, wrote in the declaration that he can provide the names of those he's ordered, beaten, and killed at the explicit direction of the BOP. The declaration explains how he was approached in February 2023 by Childress and was in prison, meeting with no security present with him, and USP Tucson Warden Gutierrez, along with the prison's associate Warden Stangl. In that meeting, he was told that he'd been sent to USP. Childress told me that I would be sent to FCI Butner. He said I would go to medical center first and I would be then moved to Kelly's unit. There, Childress told me that I was to execute R. Kelly, the declaration reads. Stein, however, had a change of heart and decided not to help the BOP officials any further, as stated in the declaration. Closing out his missive to the court, Stein said that he is not confessing all of his information to help Kelly, who he believes should pay for his crimes after his sensational trial and 2021 RICO conviction. This is fucking wild. So, also, I guess, R. Kelly's attorney, Bo Brindley, is going on to ask Trump for help. He's saying that, please help. Please help. He's like, we stayed in the Trump Tower in Chicago during his trial up until his arrest. That's where he was staying.
The ghetto!
God. You know, leave him there. Leave him there. Leave him there. If there is some kind of fucking corruption going on with the BOP, like where they're having people killed off in there, like, you know, R. Kelly.
Surprise, bitch.
We're not going to miss you, brother. We're not going to miss you. I'm sad to say it. Am I?
I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
I'm sad to wish anybody like that kind of like that kind of fucking harm, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, bro, you had it coming. Like, me wishing is not going to change anything. It is what it is. People like that don't last that long, like in prison. It's not like some fucking conspiracy with the BOP and shit, okay? People that are in there for that long or for life or some shit like that do not want to live with fucking sexual deviants that have like child porn charges on them and fucking hurt women. They don't want to live with people like you. So yeah, they'll fuck you up. They'll kill your ass because they don't want to live with you, because they have to stay there forever regardless. Who gives a fuck if they're in solitary for like a few months or some shit like that? They don't care. They literally don't care. That means that when they get out, you're not there anymore. That's why they do it. It literally doesn't matter. So this is not some fucking conspiracy, R. Kelly. This is prison. Welcome to the real world. Like, fucking dumbass. Okay, next up on the docket, we've got Morrissey. He's canceling more shows, which isn't, big news in and of itself. But he's saying that he has absolutely no industry support. That's why he's saying he can't continue the shows. So this is what I wanted to talk about. So this is an article that I got from People magazine. So Morrissey preemptively canceled his Monday, June 23rd concert in Stockholm when he posted on the Morrissey Central website about his decision on Sunday, June 22nd. I was like, did the 22nd even happen? Oh, fuck, I don't even know where I am. The former frontman of the Smiths is currently on the European leg of his tour. He is quoted saying in the post, "The pain at not reaching Stockholm this week is horrific for the band and crew. I know it's impossible for people to understand, but we dream of Stockholm, Reykjavik, I think that's what it is, Trondheim, Helsinki, Aarhus, but there is no financial support from imaginary record labels to get us to such places. What the hell, y'all? In the last 7 days, we have traveled into 6 countries, and we are travel weary beyond belief. We can barely see. We pray to God that someone somewhere can help us reach Sweden, Norway, Finland, Iceland, Denmark, where we have thousands upon thousands of friends, yet absolutely zero music industry support." So he's claiming that despite selling many tickets to the shows, that his music lacked airtime, and that's what his problem is. He's alluding to struggling to finding a record label to help him release his controversial album, Bonfire of the Teenagers. He says no label will release our music, no radio will play our music, and yet our ticket sales are sensational. What does this tell us about the state of art in 2025? He notes that he plans to perform in Berlin on Friday, June 27th. With the grace of God, we will all gather. I love all of you with whatever is left of my doomed heart. Per NME, those who purchased a ticket reportedly received a message informing them that they would be refunded, reading due to exhaustion among the band and crew. The Morrissey headline engagement at Hovit has been canceled. Refunds will be available at the point of purchase. I guess fans went to Instagram. They were really confused. They're like, why schedule so many dates without proper funding? This reasoning makes absolutely zero sense. It's called touring. Love the music, but seriously, I mean, you get what you sign up for. If you're a fan of Morrissey, you know that there's like a 99% chance you're not seeing him if you buy a ticket to whatever show you're going to. This man has canceled so many shows in the last decade. It's not even funny. That's all he does is cancel shows. Like, he will look for reasons to not play shows most of the time. Like, I swear, I love him artistically, but as far as treating the fans well, he does not. I don't care how much he fucking says in this, we have many fans in many places. We have many friends in many places that want to see us. You don't consider us friends, man. Don't even fucking go there. I would never buy a ticket to go see Morrissey. That's just an artist I know I'm not going to see. I'm never going to see the Smiths live. I'm never going to see Morrissey live, because I'll tell you right now, unless he just shows fucking up somewhere, or he just so happens to actually play somewhere that I'm already going to, regardless whether he's there or not, I'm not going to see him, because I'm not going out of my way to see somebody that has such little respect for my time and money and travel plans. You're talking about on here, oh, we have no industry support, we have no money to do it. Bro, you have wasted I don't even know how much money and time of people's, efforts to see you over the years. Like, I don't feel bad for you about you not having industry support or no money to get to places. Bitch, what the fuck? You're Morrissey. You have no fucking money?
What is this, honey?
Kiss my ass. So, I don't understand that shit, but yeah, no, apparently he also canceled 2 shows back in May because he had a severe sinusitis attack. That's a fucking regular Tuesday for me, bro. Suck it up. Suck it up. Get out right now. But I guess there is a website or a company called Consequence of Sound that has actually done the Lord's work here and gone out of their way for us to show us how many shows exactly Morrissey has canceled since 2010. Morrissey has postponed over 100 concerts since 2010. It's only 2025.
Hell to the no, no.
That's more, like, I'm not doing the math on that. You can, but, like, that's more than 1 concert a year that he's canceling. And, like, how many of those did he actually play that he booked? Probably a very minimal amount. And he always, like, sets, like, unrealistic, like, standards and shit. Like, I respect it because, like, Paul McCartney does it too. Paul McCartney does the same thing. Like, whenever he plays a venue or something, he requests that it's, like, only, like, a vegetarian or, like, vegan menu that's, like, served for the crowd or whatever. So it has to be, like, no meat and everything like that. No meat or anything like that because he doesn't want to contribute to that, which I respect the fuck out of that. Like, that's like a huge way to just like eliminate a mass amount of like fucking meat all at once, like without like selling it or using it or anything like that. That's like a huge, like, what the fuck? Huge deal, environmentally speaking, like being very environmentally conscious. But Morrissey will do the same thing because, like, he's also a vegetarian or whatever. But Paul McCartney plays every fucking show. He's a fucking Beatle, and he shows up, and he's still there. He's still there. He's a fucking Beatle. How come every time you come around my London? But also Paul McCartney, like, nobody would ever say, no, Paul, we don't want an album from you. We don't want that. Like, but Morrissey, you kind of did this to yourself because, I mean, like, you set the precedent for how you are treated in the industry now as well. Like, you've probably pissed off enough people at this point where it's like, dude, we don't really need your old fucking cranky ass anymore to be doing this shit. Like, we've got fucking influencers over here that are like shaking ass, like making us like $8 million. Like, we don't need you. Okay. So realistically speaking, it's tragic, but Morrissey, you probably still have a fucking career and funding for your industry success if you weren't such a douchebag. Period. Tu velo.
Tu velo. Period. Tu velo.
Okay, so next up on the docket, Stevie Van Zandt, my baby. If you don't know Stevie Van Zandt, obviously Lil Steven Van Zandt, obviously is Silvio from The Sopranos, but obviously more popularly known in just entertainment in general in the music world. So he plays in Bruce Springsteen's
With the Helly on, with the Halle Berry, with the Halle Burton.
Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band. Why did he do that?
Jesse!
I want to hear Bruce Springsteen say that 5 times fucking fast. I really do. I got beef with fucking the man, okay? I got fucking beef with the boss. All right? I got beef with the boss. Anyway, so Lil Steven, he had to have an emergency appy. If you don't know what that means, obviously it's an appendectomy, but obviously my Grey's Anatomy girlies out there, they fucking know. They know. So Lil Steven, he had to have an emergency appy, and honestly, like, bro, You made it this far in life. He's 75 and he still had his appendix. Nobody knows where they... I only made it 16 years. Not even like fucking like 16 and a half years with my appendix. That's it. That's all I made it with my appendix. 16 and a half years. Maybe 15 and a half. I don't even fucking remember. Was it 15 and a half? 16? No, 16 and a half. Yeah, I only made it 16 and a half years with my appendix. He made it 75. Good for you. Good for you. He must not be a nail biter, but what the hell's going on with my eyelash? But nobody knows. Oh goddamn! What happened? Did my computer go to sleep? What fucking happened? Hey. Okay, it's still recording. Woo! I got scared there for a second. Okay, so on June 23rd, he shared an Instagram post revealing that he underwent an emergency surgery for appendicitis while he's on tour with Bruce Springsteen, because he literally is always on tour with Bruce Springsteen. He called it a complete success, saying, "Got a sharp pain in my stomach, thought it was food poisoning, turned out to be appendicitis." Literally me. I have never felt such pain in my life. Like I'm a weak girly when it comes to my stomach. Like I can't do it. Like if I have a stomach ache, I'm tapping out, coach. I'm out for the day. I'm over it. I can't do it anymore. Like I'm out. Like I'm in my room. I'm gardening. I'm out to the world. Leave me alone. Like if I have a stomach ache, like do not talk to me. Don't look at me. Like I can't function. I have a very weak stomach when it comes to stuff like that. Like I cannot push through. Like if I have a fever, if I have body aches, body chills, a sore throat, even like a lot of things I can push through. Stomach, no. And that morning when I woke up, I was like dying. I was like, something's wrong. I was like vomiting, just like straight bile, because my stomach was empty. There was nothing to puke up. And because just from the pain, like just from the fucking pain, I was puking. Like that's how much pain I was in. I was just vomiting. And my mom was at work, and, obviously one of the things that is wrong with me, like friggin' nobody believes me and shit like that. That's why I get so like hyper vigilant and aggressive about when like people don't believe what I'm saying, or like don't take what I'm saying seriously, or like joke that I'm like whatever, like making it up or lying or something like that, because like my mom tried to like play it off like it was no big deal. She's like at work. She's like, "You're fine. Well, I'm at work. Leave me alone." And I was like, "No, like something's wrong. Like I'm at home puking. Nothing's coming up. Like I am in severe pain. If you don't come home now and take me to the ER," I'm 16. "If you don't come home now and take me to the ER, I'm calling an ambulance and I will have them come take me to the ER myself." Because my sister was only 11 at the time. She couldn't drive me. So I would have had the fucking ambulance come. And of course, she moved her day around because she didn't want to get an ambulance bill. So she came home, and then, she's giving me shit the whole time. Get in there. They do the ultrasound. Doctor, looks at the results. "Yeah, you've got a pretty angry appendix. That needs to come out right now." Literally got me in that night. Like I was in surgery not even 2 hours later. Like that shit was gonna fucking burst. So, I'm glad little Steven's okay. But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but he says that the operation was a complete success. He's hoping to get back on the stage for at least one of the shows in Milan, and he thanks everybody for the good vibes and says, "See you soon." So yeah, I love that. I guess he's gonna be on the Europe leg of the tour, Land of Hope and Dreams, and I guess it kicked off on May 14th, and it'll be concluding July 3rd in Milan. So good for them. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, could you imagine literally starring in The Sopranos, and that's not even like a fucking, like, that's just a blip in your career. It's just a fucking blip. Like, little Stevie Van Zandt, you are the music industry, my friend. You are. Next up on the docket, we only have a couple more stories left here, so we're gonna wrap it up pretty quick here. Even though I talked your ear off for the first 10 minutes or whatever, but these stories are pretty easy to go through. They're not like too crazy or whatever. So let's get into it, shall we? So if you guys were a fan of the HBO show Girls, like I was, okay, Allison Williams. Right? Yep. Allison Williams that played Marnie on the show. She's been sitting down a lot lately for press because she's in, Megan 2.0. She starred in that. And she's, been doing all kinds of talk shows. She did like Kelly Clarkson. She's doing other things or whatever. And I guess she sat down with the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast. I don't follow her anymore because she's literally a delusional Zionist. So that was really sad to find that out. It's really sad when you find this shit out. It's like, bro, like you can be like an Israeli Jew and like recognize like fucked up shit going on instead of like posting things justifying the fucked up shit for your religion. Like that's crazy to me. So I mean, like, even what's his face, Michael from I don't even remember his fucking last name. Michael something. I'll look him up right now. Who's that? I gotta look him up on Threads. Michael. What the hell is his name? Michael Welch. That's his name. Michael Welch. He played Mike, whatever his last name is, in the Twilight movies or whatever. If you remember the Twilight movies, or even if you read the books, like Mike that was like obsessed with Bella, that was like really into her or whatever. But, Bella was like, I don't like you, whatever. And, he ends up getting with Angela, whatever the hell her name is. It's played by Anna Kendrick. Anyway, Michael Welch, he's an actor. And that's probably what you'd know him most from, honestly, Mike in Twilight. He is an Israeli Jewish man, and every day he's online talking about how fucked up this shit in Gaza is, how fucked up what they're doing to the people in Palestine is. You can be an Israeli Jew and still be against fucking genocide of the people in Gaza and see what's going on and advocate. Like, that's what I think I'm trying to get at here, is that whole thing. Like, you can see bad shit going on and say the fact of the matter without, like, disobeying your imaginary God you don't even know really exists or not, okay? Like, be religious, believe in whatever you want to believe in, but at the end of the day, we are right here, right now. These people are right here, right now, in front of you. You see them starving, being murdered, being kidnapped, whatever the fuck, okay? You literally can see it with your eyes, but for whatever reason, a lot of these, like, podcasters, like The Toast, Claudia Oshry and her husband, I'm looking at you, okay? This fucking girl, Not Skinny But Not Fat, I'm looking at you, okay? They close their eyes and turn a blind eye and turn their faces, and they're like, but it's justified because we have to get the Holy Land back. We have to give Israel all the holy spaces. Like, we have to have complete ownership of everything. What are you fucking talking about, okay? What are you fucking talking about?
I don't want to be here anymore!
What are you talking about, okay? So keep holding on to your little fucking, like, your little piddly little fucking, oh, we got hit by Hamas on October 7th. Like, bro, Hamas is not Palestine. Hamas is not Gaza. It doesn't matter, okay? Like, that doesn't have anything to do with the fucking Palestinian people. Like, I don't understand. Like, not all of Palestine is for fucking what Hamas is doing. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why people are just, like, not seeing the point of this. Like, you need to use your platform for good. Like, you sitting there on your fucking platform, okay, trying to act like you're justified because, you know, they did something to you first, and it was like the smallest attack compared to literal, like, nuclear bombs and starvation that you're putting people through. The shit that you claim was like the most horrific, horrendous thing happened to your people during the fucking Holocaust, you're doing the same fucking thing to the Palestinian people. But that's justified because we have to protect Israel, right?
Fuck off!
Okay. Anyway, let's get back to the podcast here. Let's get back to pop culture. So Allison Williams sat down with Zionist host, not skinny but not fat podcaster, talking about how they didn't have an intimacy coordinator on the set for girls, which is crazy to me. I mean, I don't know if they really existed in Hollywood yet, but Williams does say we didn't have them yet on girls. I don't know if they didn't exist at all or if they just didn't have them on girls yet. And when I was reading this article, I was thinking to myself, what the fuck? Like, they didn't have an intimacy coordinator for that scene where Marnie was like full on getting her ass ate out.
We're living in a society.
There was a season opener where it was just like literally Desi, this character's like face, like full on in her ass. Like just in her ass. Like in it. In it. And you're telling me you didn't have an intimacy coordinator for that shit? Not even surprised, Lena Dunham. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, what the hell? I'll tell you right now, that's something I would never do in Hollywood. Like make out, that's one thing or whatever, but like sex scenes, I'm already awkward enough. I don't need to pretend. I don't want to go there. Like, I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. Like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, like, obviously people say, well, it's so different, like, on set. Like, it's not really, like, it's not the same thing as, like, if you were, you know, to choose to do it with somebody else. It's not the same. Like, it feels totally different. It feels staged. It feels fake. It doesn't feel real. I don't know. I don't know. I think having somebody's like head in my ass would feel very real to me.
My eyes! My eyes! My eyes!
What do I know? I digress. But yeah, she goes on to say in the interview that obviously she was involved in numerous sex scenes and that she does say that having an intimacy coordinator would have been great. She says, we had so many sex scenes to prep and work through. It would have been so helpful to have someone whose department head someone whose department's head. What? It would have been so helpful to have someone whose department head of sex scenes. That doesn't make any sense. I think that they typed that or something. She goes on to say, I have this picture of Lena and Jenny acting out the moment where Desi was going down on me, eating my ass.
The rumors, the nastiness.
And I have a picture of them where I think it's Jenny leaning over a windowsill and Lena is leaning behind her, like smiling, being like, this is what we picture. And I was like, great, but they were busy. That should have been someone else's job. No fucking kidding. She goes on to say, I know as an actor, sometimes you feel anxious going to the director with a concern, even if you really like them. You just don't want to be a party pooper. You just have your own self-consciousness and have a person there who is devoted to that dialogue and your comfort. I mean, I would have loved to have it on girls. When you're the director and the actor at the same time and the writer, you're trying to hit all those marks and also make sure everyone has what they need. It's just too much for one person. I'm just so happy that we're reaching a time where sets in general are a more carefully monitored thing. Agreed, because that is some fucked up shit. I'll tell you what. Like, that's crazy. Like, I still remember that scene to this day. Like, it's honestly like one of the most shocking, like, sex scenes I've ever seen. Like on a TV show or like in a movie, anything. Like, it is the most shocking thing. It's like just a fucking season opener. Just like, you know, Desi and Marnie are like having an affair because Desi's like married or whatever. And like, he's just like fucking in it. Just in it. And honestly, I want to sue. I feel like I'm traumatized from that shit. Like, what? I feel like we should all be entitled to financial compensation for having to witness sex scenes that were not coordinated by a professional at this point. I feel like we all deserve that.
Period. Too low.
Okay, guys, we have the last story before I'm gone for the week. So, unless you follow me on social media. So, the last story that I mentioned at the beginning of the episode that I had to add into this episode because it's so fucking crazy, okay? Listen to me and hear my words when I tell you this, okay? So Bravo has a new reality TV show called NextGenNYC. It's basically a TV show that's following a bunch of Bravo celebrity Nepo babies around, along with like a couple added extras. Like there's this one girl that doesn't wash her hands. I forget her name. Very unmemorable. And then there's like another girl who is Damon Dash's daughter that like helped found Rock Nation. Scary. She's on there. But then it has like, you know, my Bravo celebrity children that I've seen grow up. You know, we got Gia Giudice, we got Riley Burris, we've got Brooks Marks. You know, it's a good line. Oh, how could I forget Ariana Bierman? We've got like we got a good lineup of like Bravo celebrity Nepo babies. I love all of them. I think that they're great. I think the Bravo celebrity Nepo babies are awesome. The other ones, undecided. For the most part, I do not like them. But there is one in particular that I do not fucking like at all, okay? His name is Charlie Zakor. Yeah, that's what it is. Charlie Zakor. He is literally nobody. His dad apparently has money. I don't know what his dad does. I don't remember what it said his dad did or whatever when they introduced him on the show, or even if they did say what his father does. I don't know. But when they introduced him and showed his father like on screen, they were basically like explaining like who Charlie is, where he gets his money. Well, Charlie does not work. Charlie gets an allowance from his daddy and uses his allowance from his daddy to trade crypto. So he uses real money to make fake money, basically. And loses a lot of it most of the time. Not surprisingly at all. So this little punk ass, I've been watching him on this reality show for a few weeks now, and he's the worst. He's awful. Like, he's just like, he treats people like shit. He makes like inappropriate comments about his guy friend's sister that he goes on a date with. You know, he's just not a good person. And it's not like he's like 22. He's like a little piece of shit. Like, frontal lobe hasn't been formed, like whatever, like entitled little rich kid or whatever. He's 29. Like, he's airing on 30 years old. Like, we're getting there. Get it the fuck together. Like, and I guess his father's like also toying around with the idea of completely cutting him off, which I am in full favor and support of, if that's even an option or possibility to be considered. But anyway, this little shit, Charlie, okay? I knew something was fucking like really wrong and evil with him, okay? Because there was a scene that I saw in one of the most recent episodes where Riley is explaining to him that by him saying that she's scary or does shit that's scary as a black woman, it comes off a certain way and it makes her feel a certain way, regardless of whether or not he meant it that way. This is how it made her feel. And even if it's not how he meant it, even if that's not how he meant it, it's not his place to make an excuse. It's just his place to say, I did not see that. I'm sorry. I will do better in the future. And I apologize moving forward, and to actually genuinely mean it, okay? So he fights her on this at first and says like, oh, we're going to pull out the racism card. We're going to do this, that, and the other thing. And she wasn't even trying to do that. She wasn't trying to call him racist or anything. She was just trying to explain her own feelings, and he ended up being an asshole about it. Then later on, he turns and flips the script, and he's like, oh, I'm going to actually go apologize to Riley. And then after he apologizes to her, he's on camera talking to other people in the scene, saying that he only apologized to basically shut her up, to move forward. He didn't really mean it. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, this is not it. No. So I don't know if you guys have heard, if you're living under a rock or something, about this New York City crypto torture house nightmare. It's being called the Soho Crypto Torture House. Okay. So A month or two ago, there was an Italian crypto millionaire that was kidnapped and brought to a torture house, they're calling it, in Soho, where he ended up escaping bruised, bloodied, and barefoot and ran down the street to police that were right down the street. So this is all according to Page 6, and I saw the video myself, and I'm fucking blown away. So after this Italian crypto millionaire ran down the street to police, the cops went to the house and they found, you know, if you're keeping up with the story, they found Polaroids of guns being held to his head. He was tased on his feet. They held him over the balcony. They were trying to get his crypto password, as allegedly what they were trying to do. They were trying to steal his money. So 2 arrests have been made. So when Page 6 showed this video, and this is like an older video. This came up on my TikTok last night, and this was posted like at the end of May, like very early June, like literally the day or two before NextGenNYC premiered. And I have not heard anything about this, and it's almost July, okay? So footage of the scene of the crime shows this guy John Waltz, who's a crypto investor, and I guess like he is the primary person in the house or whatever. So he gets brought outside in a bathrobe and they start handcuffing him on the streets. Okay, who is standing next to John Waltz? Charlie Zakor from Bravo's NextGenNYC. This little crypto shit. Okay? So the footage of the crime scene shows Charlie, okay, standing next to him. And apparently this house is like a frat house for crypto boys. I have no idea what the fuck that means, but it does not sound good. I'll tell you that much. And per Page 6, I guess a lot of promoters go there, a lot of partiers. They go there at the after party. They go there to like crash, whatever the fuck they do over there. Creepy Nepo weird crypto shit. And I guess like Nepo kids just stay there, from time to time. The people that have been charged, John Waltz and William Duplessis, who I guess own the townhouse, are not commenting. Obviously, nobody's commenting right now. And the assistant for John Waltz, I guess, has been released after questioning or whatever. Nothing's going to be charged there. So I guess nothing was found with her. But Bravo and this Charlie guy have not responded to comment or anything about this. Nobody is talking about it. Nobody's saying anything about it. Like, he just so happened to be there the fucking day that someone escaped the house claiming that they were allegedly tortured for their Bitcoin password. This is huge fucking tea. This is huge fucking news. No one is talking about this. And he's just out there.
Scary.
He's just out there. Next Gen's just going.
Scary.
What is fucking wrong with Bravo lately? Like, they just, like, find the most toxic, dangerous people, men, that they can find. And they're like, you know what? Let's give you a contract. I got a show for you.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
What in the actual fuck is going on right now? No one is talking about this. No one. I follow all these Bravo pages too. Nope. No one has said anything about this. I came across that old ass video from a reporter that works for Page 6 on her TikTok. She's got like under 700 followers. This was not even on like a big Page 6 page or anything like that. Like, it's just the reporter that was in the video, like one of them talking about it. No one is talking about this. I think that that's fucking crazy. I think that that's absolutely fucking insane. Like, it's crazy to me that he was there. And what is going on? Is he going to be called as a witness? Is he going to be called, like, into questioning? Has he already been questioned? Like, I need to know these things. Like, he was standing with one of the dudes that are being charged. It wasn't like he was just fucking hanging out and this dude was, like, in the basement or like the lower level of the fucking like townhouse, and he escaped through a window and they were playing music upstairs and he had no idea. There's no fucking way he didn't know. There's no fucking way.
Psycho killer.
This is the craziest shit I think I've seen in like a hot minute, and no one's talking about it. Like, I don't know. I could go on about this for years, but we got to start wrapping it up here because that was the final story. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of the Bumba.cast Pop Cultured News number 37. I hope you had as much fun as I did, keeping you as updated and as pop cultured as I physically can. You know I do it all for you and the love and support you keep on giving me. I'm so loved. You really love me.
You love me. You really love me.
I'm so grateful. Keep on spreading the good word and don't forget to turn on your automatic downloads so you don't miss an episode. And if you're not following me on social media, what's your damage? That's at Bumba.cast for Instagram, Threads, and TikTok, even though I've got fucking problems with them right now. Okay. And YouTube, obviously, at the Bumba.cast pod. So, until next time. I'll see you soon, my little Bumbabees.